secret that some auto dealers are having a tough time making it in this economy, but you might be surprised to know the news isn't all doom and gloom. That's in today's Dollars and Cents. Today I am joined by a special guest, a guy that I think this guy could be my co-host. I think you could.
You're very nice, Brooke.
We could be the Regis and Kelly.
Let's try it.
Let's do it. That would be awesome.
We'll just turn that interview. I'll interview you.
Yes, and he was just before this segment, too. I was spilling all my secrets. Well, Brett McBrayer's here. He's the president of the Birmingham Auto Dealers Association. You guys have seen him on all the news shows, and today he's here to talk with us about the state of the automobile industry. So give it to me.
You know, Brooke, so much has been said in the local news and certainly the national news about the auto industry. We started out with the speculation that consumers really couldn't go out and get credit. You couldn't get a loan on the car that you wanted to buy. And we came out early on with an entire campaign to say that's simply not true. Even from that time, which was a couple months ago, 1st of January, credit's even freed up a little more. Some of the financial institutions that were in the business that kind of pulled back or raised their credit scores to try to not encourage the dealers to send them those loans have reduced credit score requirements. And right now, credit's relatively freely available to those that could have bought a car a year ago.
And this is, like, to me, the base problem of what is wrong with our economy today, basically because folks went out there and they loaned people money that they shouldn't have, and now the people that can get the credit are not sure if they can or not. So that credit is available and it is out there.
And it's kept a lot of car buyers, you know, kind of on the sidelines. This past weekend, I went over the Atlanta International Auto Show a few months after ours, and I went over there. I just want to kind of gauge from my own.
Theirs isn't as good as ours.
No, it's not. Atlanta's a much smaller town, too. But I wanted to kind of gauge what the consumer attitude was towards looking at new cars, and I wanted to see it for myself. I didn't want to read it in an email from one of my friends and counterparts, and so I'll tell you, I was shocked, very encouraged by the number of people that are going back out and starting to look for new cars again. Just yesterday, I got 2 calls from folks wanting me to help them or recommend where they could go buy a new car. No, I don't get involved in that. I work for everybody. And that's what I tell them. Go find a dealership near where you live and a vehicle
That's why we can trust you. You don't represent any one dealership. You represent everyone. And so you're trying to help everyone.
And so, you know, the market's starting to turn. So far, you always hear the national media say, oh, car sales were down another 45%, or this particular manufacturer was down. And they're looking at year to year. One of the most positive things I'm seeing is it's starting to move ahead in Birmingham. Our sales from December to January to February are slowly increasing, but any increase is better than a decrease. I wish that the national media would quit reporting these huge drops. Eventually, and what's going to happen, we'll be sitting here in March of 2010 and going, auto sales are up 45%, and because the market will have turned and come back. And certainly one of the most encouraging things happening right now, and it's sad for some of the used car dealers, the non-franchise dealers in our market, but a number of them did lose. They didn't have the capital to continue their dealerships or to get credit, and so they have closed their doors. And so, quite frankly, used car sales at new car dealerships are soaring, and it's good in a way for the consumer because you're building a relationship, you're buying a car from the people that are actually trained to service those vehicles, and so that's a very positive thing that's happening in the market right now.
Well, thank you for giving us all something to smile about.
Absolutely. Because
right now it's just like, I mean, we turn on our televisions and watch the evening news and we're just so thoroughly depressed, but that's why we have daytime to brighten everyone's mood. All right, well, Brett McBrayer, thank you so much for coming in with us, and I'd like to check back in with you if we could.
Absolutely.
In 3 or 4 months and just say, hey, are we still looking good?
Anytime.
All right, well, thank you so much. For information about appearing on our show, just log on to daytimealabama.com. If you have a community event you'd like us to feature, just please let us know. We'll be right back.